everybody, welcome back to another episode at Smithsdale Farm. Wait, scratch that. Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode at Freedom Farm. This weekend we've skipped across the border from Catalonia and we're going to be helping at Freedom Farm. We've come to help with this amazing project, which is an earthbag build. And after a couple of days here on the project, we're going to be going back to our land and getting stuck back into the next stages of the cabin build. So keep watching for that later in the video.
We're Danny and Kate, and this is Paco. We recently bought 12 acres of land in the Spanish mountains. Follow the journey as two DIY novices with tons of enthusiasm but not quite as much know-how. Renovate a small stone barn into the tiny house of our dreams and bring the land back into full production. But first, before we rip the roof off our brand new home, we need somewhere to stay. Welcome to the cabin build series.
So, what exactly is an earthbag building? Well, it's a building that's made out of bags of earth. Not just earth. There's some kind of clay soil, there's a bit of sand in there. It all kind of gets mixed together and then filled into these huge sacks that are then layered on top of each other, usually with something like barbed wire in between to connect the two and make sure that it's nice and stable. On a previous workshop last year, a team of people came and helped at Freedom Farm to do that. So we're now going on to the next stage, which is actually adding the cob.
I'm gonna be alright. I've been caught in time. I want you to know that I love you so. My friend, the skies are bright. I see orange light. I want you to know that I love you so. And I feel like gold, and I love you so. I'm gonna be alright. I've been caught in time. I want you to know that I love you so.
So I thought I'd explain to you quickly how we make cob and kind of what it is. Cob's like a natural building material made from sand and clay and earth. And depending on the amount of clay you've got in your soil, depends what kind of cob you've got and what kind of ratio. So the guys here, they've already done some trials and they know 1-to-1 sand to the soil they've got, or the clay soil they've got, gives a good consistency. You can see there's a pile of earth here, and this is earth they've dug out from the base. And then there's a pile of sharp sand, and we've did a 7-to-7 shovel mix with water, and you tread it in to wet the clay properly. You then throw in just some straw, some yellow straw, and work that in again with your feet, shake it about a bit until it gives like a good roll. And then once it's rolling well and sticking together well, you can then put it on the wall. It was quite a nice material to work with, especially mixing. I was asking if you could do it with a cement mixer, because this is a lot less manual, and apparently it just turns into a big ball and doesn't mix in a good way, so you have to stamp on it, which is why it's quite labour intensive. And it was actually really nice doing it barefoot, because you could really feel what areas were dry, which areas weren't, whether you needed more water, whether it was mixing well. So yeah, doing it barefoot was actually quite nice, and we were lucky enough to have some good weather, so we could do that.
It's day 2 on the project and we're just going to start kind of prepping for the day. We've got up after sleeping here on the land, beautiful setting for the tent. We took Paco for a walk this morning, we just had some breakfast and now we're going to get going with the next stages. So we're going to be doing more cob work today.
The summer months are coming, I don't know how to take it. The memory of our lover, picture frames and bracelets, and they say, keep your head up, boy. 'Cause May is like Miranda, I could not understand her. Her voice is like a riddle that leads me to the water, and I drown when she kissed my lips. 'Cause every time I think I'm getting over her, it cycles back around. Every time I think I'm getting over her, it cycles back around. Ooh. June, it always hits me. It makes me think of Lizzie. And I sneak around this small town, and I wonder if you miss me. I can still hear you say, let's take the long way home. July's full of boredom, it makes me think of Morgan. She dated all my best friends, my high school crush. I never told her, and I bet she's married now. 'Cause every time I think I'm getting over her, it cycles back around. Every time I think I'm getting over, it cycles back around. I'm not done looking for love. I'm not done looking for love. I'm not done looking for your love. I'm not done looking for love. I'm not done looking for love. I'm not done looking for your love. No, I'm not done looking for love. I'm not done looking for love. I'm not done looking for your love. I'm not done looking for love. I'm not done looking for love. I'm not done looking for your love. 'Cause every time I think I'm getting over her, cycles back around.
So after 2 days work, this is where we got to, and the rest of the project is going to continue for a few more days. Unfortunately, we can't stay for the full time, but hopefully we'll be able to get a couple of pictures from the other volunteers and show you at the end of this video what it looks like by the time they get to the end of the 5 days. But you can see it's already starting to dry out. The parts that we did yesterday are already quite dry. The bits that we did today are already starting to dry too. It's actually very hot and sunny, so it's drying out quite fast. But yeah, really incredible experience.
We're just on the way back from Freedom Farm and we had an absolutely amazing time. We just wanted to say a huge thank you to Nick and Max for allowing us to come onto their farm and have a little bit of a kind of glimpse into what our life might be in the future. Their setup there is incredible and it was really good to see that living off-grid is genuinely something that can be achieved here. So thank you so much guys for letting us come. We had a great time and I think we've learned some really interesting techniques that we probably will try out on our land as well. It'd be really good to give kind of cob work a go on our land, maybe making walls, or we're not sure yet what, but we really enjoyed doing it, so that's the main thing. And we met some great people whilst we were there too. I'm going to put a link in the description to a couple of other YouTube channels. There are a few people that we met there who also are kind of documenting their journey as well on their own properties. So there was Harriet and Mauro, they have the Little Spanish Farmstead, and also Max has started a channel for Freedom Farm as well, so I'll put those in the description box below. Go and check them out, give them some support, they're making really great content as well. And now we're just going to head back to our land and get going on the cabin build in the morning.
Today we're going to be doing the bracing of the frame. So we're putting pieces in between the uprights so that we can make it really strong and sturdy and get ready for the roof and walls. And on the way across to the cabin, I just noticed how beautiful all of the wildflowers look at the moment. This is a jasmine that we uncovered when we started clearing the land, and it was tiny last year and it's going absolutely crazy this year, so we want to try and look after this and probably introduce some more if it likes these conditions and likes to grow. Already having plenty of wildflowers on the property is not only beautiful but really good for things like pollinators. Obviously most of you will know that bees love flowers and we need to have plenty of them if we're going to have good pollination of anything that we want to grow here. So already having plenty is great, but it's something that we definitely want to introduce more of.
So for the corner bracing, we've decided to do a practice piece, and so we've got the U-shaped beams, and so there's no like inner curve on it, so it's a U shape, and these are going to go across inside the C shapes that we've got. So the upright beams are C-shaped beams, and what that means is that this fits on the outside of it, so we can screw into the side there. We also need to cut ridges out so it fits over that C bit that curls around the other side. This bit of metal in the center, we're going to use that to screw on the inside to have extra connection, extra support. On the practice piece I've chopped it off, but what we'll do is we'll bend that metal down and then that will face down this way and we can screw that into the base.
I hope you don't mind if I say that I love you, 'cause there's so many ways that I want to carve out our names, board a last minute plane, just us two. We can chase the sun as it sets in the mountains, find luck like a bet in Greek fountains, or lay lazy in bed with your head on my chest. I hope you don't mind if I say that I love you. Every day another I do, 'cause you know I do, I do, I do.
Sometimes to get into these angles you have to be a little bit creative, so to try and make sure that this piece actually gets put into place well, I put one screw which is going out to the outside, which I will take off later, but this is just going to hold it in place whilst I do the other two from the outside, and then I can take that one out.
Deep in our hearts where it matters, we can stay there forever and after. Written in stars right above where we are. I hope you don't I say that I love you.
I just wanted to interrupt all of the action quickly and say a massive thank you to everybody who is supporting us along this journey. We started this channel just to kind of communicate with friends and family and let people know what we were doing. It was in the middle of the pandemic, nobody could come and see our project, and so YouTube was just a way for us to share that with the people that we love, and the people that we love is growing. We now have nearly 5,000 subscribers, so thank you so much to everybody who is following along. If you think somebody else might enjoy watching our journey too, then please do share the channel with them. We would love to try and get to 10,000 by the end of this year, but that's really not the goal. The goal is just to speak to like-minded people and have fun whilst we're building this project. So if you are enjoying today's video, then please do give us a big thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please do consider doing so.
So we've done 6 out of about 20 of the braces. It's taken a little longer than we originally thought because each one's slightly different. So it's either a different height or a different width. So we're going through one by one, making the cuts a different size. But we're slowly getting there, and you can really feel the difference already in the frame going in one direction compared to another. So we think it's the correct thing to do. I mean, maybe overkill for such a small structure, but we'll be much happier knowing it's nice, safe and secure.
And as you can see, it's a really, really sunny day. So we're going to take a break, get some water, probably have a coffee and come back to it.
A battery. Life.
So today we managed to get 10 of the brace pieces done. So we've done all of the bottom section now. So all of those ones are done. We've done the 4 corners plus the kind of middle sections. So tomorrow we're going to do the top pieces, which is another 10. Plus we also need to do the bracing, which will go underneath the window here as well. So that's going to be a little bit more complicated. We need to put in a couple of C-shape pieces as struts, and then probably brace those as well, just so that's really strong for the window weight that will be above it. We will also actually frame the window and the door with wood, but we're going to do that at the point that we install them. So it will be really, really secure. I know 1 or 2 people have put in the comments that it'd be really good for us to use wood to frame those, and we will be doing, just not quite yet.
So for now, we're going to pack up for the evening, walk Paco, and then get something to eat.
Katie's just putting in the last screw from all the bracings we've been putting in over these last 2 days. It's gone fairly well. We've definitely had an improvement in our measurement and calculation skills, you know, that's why we're doing it. Overall fairly happy, and it seems to be much stronger, and it's exactly why we've done it. So yeah, putting these last screws in and then we're done.
So although that only looked like a couple of minutes when it's edited, it's taken us 2 days almost to do all of this bracing. And to give you an idea of how much kind of time and effort goes into this, this structure has used these metal to metal screws. This is a box of 1,000 screws, and this is how many are left. So I think that's where we're going to leave it for this one. We've finished all of the bracing of the main corners and all of the kind of centerpieces, and what's left to do now is the bracing of the window and of the door. But in the next video you'll see us start to install the roof, which is going to be a really, really exciting project. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.